Okay, looks like we're going. We're going. Hey everybody, I'm Julie the Whippy Chick, and I have discovered or rediscovered bum 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 another hobby. My sister just rolls her eyes and says, another project. She's right. I'm always diving deep into another project and another hobby. And I thought I was alone, but I have discovered there are other multi-crafters out there. It's the multi-craft universe. So I just finished a cross stitch and it's so cute. I just love it. Now, are there things on this I would like to change? Things that I could have done better? Absolutely. Absolutely. There are definitely some spots on it where maybe nobody else would notice, but I notice. I think we're always like that with our projects, right? I mean, we see little mistakes that other people don't necessarily see, and it drives us crazy. But I'm still happy with it. It's a good first effort. I shouldn't say first effort. I have done cross stitch before, but I was in 7th grade, so it was easily 40 years ago. All right, so I have learned some things. Since I started cross stitching. Okay, so it used to say 10 things, and then it said 14 things, and now it says 15 things I've learned since cross stitching. That's why I needed a list, because there's 15 things. There's probably more, but 15 were all that came to mind. Okay, tip number 1 that I learned, good lighting helps. It helps a lot. Especially when you're a little bit older and maybe your eyes don't focus as easily. Good lighting helps a lot. So I like these little neck lights. You can get them in different shades. I like watching them change color. And you can also adjust how bright or how dim they are just by holding the button. Also, if you have to go down into the basement and you don't feel like switching on the light, but you've just been working on your cross stitch, you're set. You've got headlights. You've got, you know where you're going. Also, I tried putting them on my dog when letting him outside at night where we live in the country, and he did not like it at all. But it was funny. He had his own headlight. So yeah, good lighting is super helpful. And if you have great lighting or you've got an overhead like reading light or something, whatever works for you. But these worked great for me. This brand is Gritton. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know. It's just some random brand that was the cheapest on Amazon that had decent ratings. So yeah, they're great. And I don't think I spent more than, I don't know, $15 the most on them. It was great. Okay, that was number 1. Number 2, black and white patterns. The first pattern that I downloaded, I thought, oh, I want the color one. So yay, I've got a color printer. And I thought for sure I would use the color one all the time. But you know what? I didn't use it at all. Because on the black and white one, I could check off with my yellow pen every row that I did. Now, I'm sure that there are probably better ways of doing this. I know that there are apps to help you keep track of your stitches, but for me as a newbie, this worked great. I just had my pen and then I would just check it off as I did it. And eventually my pink flamingo went from white to yellow. So I guess he's a gold flamingo. He's a gold star. Okay, that's number 2. Number 3, the stiff material, Aida. It's called Aida, I've learned. There are other materials you can, and other fabrics that you can certainly stitch on, but I used 14 count Aida because it was recommended for beginners, but it's so stiff. It's so stiff. So I have learned that not only can you dye your fabric, but you can also just hand wash it and soften it up that way. It's just naturally got a lot, well, not naturally, it's been added. There is lots of starch. There's lots of starch in this fabric. And the reason they do that is because this stiff material, the stiff fabric, is actually really nice to stitch into, and you don't need a hoop. You can stitch by hand. Now, I did use a hoop for mine, but you don't have to. Okay. So that was what, number 3? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So now we are on to number 4, needle minders. I saw needle minders and I thought, oh, that's just like a cutesy little gimmick, you know, something fun that people like to collect for their stitching. But it turns out they're super, super helpful. Basically what it is just a couple of magnets that you use to go on either side of your fabric. So there's one on one side, one on the other side. And then when you're done using your needle, it minds it for you. Isn't it sweet? It just keeps track of it. And these are highly collectible items. And a lot of people will say if they are doing a flamingo pattern, maybe they have a palm tree or a sunshine or a shell, something that's you know, kind of beachy to go along with the flamingo. Anyway, so you don't really need to spend a lot of money on that. I literally had these magnets in the house that I had gotten from the Dollar Tree, and to decorate it, I simply glued a button on. It's just 2 magnets. That's all it is. Holds your needle. Perfect. I like that a lot. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so for me, I have learned that cross stitch is way easier than embroidery. I have also started embroidering, and I find that incredibly challenging. A good challenge, but definitely challenging. So the cross stitch to me is just super satisfying because it's always very tidy. It's always like these very neat pixel lines, you know. I just really like that. It's not for everybody, but it's definitely for me. I like that a lot. I keep checking my notes. Okay, let's see, this is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So number 6, it's such a great hobby to listen to podcasts, to listen to books, to listen to the TV. You can really listen to music, any of those kinds of things. It's really nice to have that background stuff going on so you can kind of multitask while you're doing it. You do have to keep track of your counts, but it's super nice and relaxing. For me on my lunch break, I just, you know, I listen to music and I just sit there and stitch away, and before I know it, the lunch break's gone. So that's kind of sad. All right, number 7, count and count again. It's just like they say in carpentry, measure twice, cut once. It's the same kind of thing. Count again. Make sure you know where you are, because nobody likes frogging. In any hobby, nobody likes frogging. I don't like frogging, for sure. Okay, next one, kits. Kits are so nice because they come with everything. They come with all your floss, they come with your fabric. Sometimes they even come with your needle. You know, to me, that's so nice. Are they more expensive than just buying a pattern? Absolutely. Is it worth it? Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is, for sure. For this one, I did not use a kit, so I had to pick out all of my floss and my fabric and stuff, which was a little tricky for a noob, but I got through it. Okay, let's see what item is next on the list here. Okay, so patterns are nice because you can use up your stash. And I've already got a stash, which is crazy. I've done 1 project and I've got a stash, but I've also got like 3 or 4 projects that I've already planned out. Anyway, you can use up your stash, and so that's nice. Also, you can feel free to do your own color choices. Maybe I like pink flamingos, but maybe I would have preferred it were purple or green or a rainbow color. You would have that option, right? You could choose whatever colors you wanted. So that's kind of nice. There's a nice little freedom to that. Also, next tip, free patterns are all over the internet, all over the place. And if you've got a printer, that's really great because you can just print it out. But if you don't have a printer, you could also follow along with it right from your screen, your phone or your tablet or computer, however you want to do it. But this was a free pattern that I got from Lovecrafts. Lovecrafts is a great website. You can get free patterns for all kinds of crafts on Lovecrafts. So yeah, Lovecrafts is good. But like I said, they're all over the place. Pinterest is a great place to find them too. But if you literally if you Google free cross stitch patterns, you're gonna get a lot of sites. Okay, next thing I learned about cross stitch. While it is a relatively inexpensive hobby, just like all hobbies, you can spend a lot of money if you want to. You can. There are specialty flosses, there are specialty fabrics. Some patterns can even be pretty expensive, and some kits can be very expensive. So yeah, just keep it in mind. Just like any hobby, you can go big or you can go small. It's up to you. Next on the list, YouTube influencers have what are called floss tubes. Am I saying it right? Yes, floss tube episodes. I did not know what this was. I kept seeing floss tube come up on my feed, and I was like, wow, this floss tube channel's everywhere. I thought it was a channel name. I didn't realize that floss tube meant cross stitch or embroidery enthusiasts and influencers just talking about their craft. So floss tube is not a channel. It's not a channel name. Can't believe I thought that, but I did. Okay, I have found some channels that I love for cross stitch. One of them is Notorious Needle. I really love the floss tube episodes when it is Sarah and her mother Bridget. They are so funny. They crack me up. And I gotta say, it just seems like it's so nice to have someone who really loves your craft or your hobby as much as you do. I don't have that. I haven't had that really ever. I've never had one other person who wants to go out yarn shopping with me or craft shopping with me. It's always just me, so it's a little lonely. And yeah, I really like watching Brenda and Sarah. Another one I like is Adelaide. She's from Australia, and she always has the most beautiful projects going, and she will show you her whips, and honestly, you're there for an hour and a half. I don't know how she does it, and they are so beautiful. It really is remarkable how many projects she's always got going, and she finishes them. It's wild. She must be the fastest stitcher, I swear. Okay, and so my all-time favorite YouTube channel at the moment is called The Giddy Stitcher. She does multiple crafts, and she's the first YouTuber, and I'm sure there's others out there, but she's the first one that I've come across that does all the crafts. She does them all. You know, she's in ones that she hasn't done before, she's trying. She's sewing, crocheting, knitting, embroidering. I think so. Maybe not. Cross stitching for sure. I saw her doing felting the other day. She's always doing really cool stuff, and I just love her personality. She's quirky and fun, and I'm fangirling, but I really like her a lot. And if in 100 million years she happens to see this video, I'm not a stalker, I promise. I just really like her channel. Okay, let's see. I've got just two more. Hoop stand. So I used a hoop stand. I'm going to show it to you. Actually, hold on one second. This is my hoop stand. So you put your hoop in this, and they're all over the place. You'll see it. But I basically sit with my leg on the hoop stand, and it holds it in place, or you can set it on the table. But it's really nice because it frees up both of your hands. And for me, it's my left hand. If you're left-handed, it would probably be your right hand. But it keeps that hand from cramping up as it's holding on to your hoop. I do like to use a hoop. I know a lot of people prefer to use, to just hold their fabric in their hand. It's a personal preference. You do what you want to do. But a hoop stand can be very helpful, and they are relatively inexpensive as well. I think that this wooden one cost about $20 on Amazon. And I can't tell you the brand because I honestly don't remember, and it's not even on here. It's just a no-name brand. Okay, this is the last tip I think I have. Oh, I didn't bring them out. They're over there. This is all going to be edited. Hold on. Okay, the last thing I learned is that when your material is fraying, pinking shears are great. So pinking shears, there you can see them there. When it cuts, it's going to give it that zigzag look, like this, like at the top. And that keeps it from fraying. Because honestly, while I was working on this in my car on my lunch break, I'd go back into my office and I'd have all these little white strings because the fabric was fraying so much. So, pinking shears, very helpful. Okay, so I think that's going to do it. Those are my 15 things that I have learned since cross stitching. I think the number one thing that I haven't really mentioned is it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. If you like doing anything fiber arts related or anything crafty, I think you'll really like it. So give it a try if you haven't. And if you have, tell me, your favorite things that you like to cross stitch. Do you like to do full coverage or just like, little things in the middle? I've got several projects coming up and I'm really looking forward to them. And one of them is just really small and one of them is going to be a little bit bigger. So should be interesting. All right. I look forward to seeing you again next time. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.